Welcome back to WorldBox World Domination. Now, of course, what I have for you today is a little bit of a special map. What you might call an art map. As you can see, it's not just a map that, you would usually see on WorldBox. This is basically an art piece made using the WorldBox engine. Of course, it is still eligible as a world and can be settled on, which is what we have today. I put down 4 kingdoms, irrespective of each race, allows them to develop to its maximum potential. And hang on, there we go. So to those who don't know about WorldBox World Domination, let me explain the rule set. I allow the kingdom I either have put down myself or the kingdom existed already by the map creator to develop until no single, colonizable land is left behind. And then I'll let the culture of the world to flourish to the maximum level with a switch to diplomacy for diplomacy rather than events to be on. The kingdom shall declare war against one another. Eventually there shall be one kingdom surviving. This will be our winner, the world dominator. And that said, let's start the game. So the orc are a little bit kind of overpowered right now, but this town over here is pretty flimsy, so if the human or any other kingdom decide to be a little bit cautious, they could declare war on the orc and just destroy this village. Now of course we can see here that the war is already happening between the human and the elves, it seems. So I have noticed something about the game that previously I have been ignoring. That is the mine. So certain type of terrain, biome, will have different kind of minerals spawn on their surface. That I do know. But it also affects the mine, the content of the mine, basically. So, if you build your mine on top of a certain biome, you have different sort of content. For example, the cursed biome will have bones. I think most exotic biome will have silvers. Normal biome will only have common metal like iron, gold. Sometimes you can find gems in the if you build the mine on top of a snow hill biome. That's right, you can build on hills as long as it has snow on it. Very cool. Anyway, from what I can see here, it seems that these three kingdoms are kind of infighting right now, and they are not gonna have enough troops to fight back against the orc once they decided to be serious. Like right now, over here in the Dwarven Kingdom of Gol Egyor. Look at this immense horde of orcs. Let's slow it down to time 3. So you might be wondering, like, what kind of a difference does the quality of the weapons? Because mines usually affect the weapon quality of each kingdom. So what does it do? Basically, like as you can see here, weapons have different kind of stats, and certain weapon increase certain kind of stats that may or may not even involve fighting. For example, the hammer for the dwarf increase the stat of, let me see here if we can find dwarf man. So this thing only increased damage, critical hit, and speed. So those are the fighting stat. This hammer deals damage and critical hit. Health and armor are also changed by the weapons, but certain hammers can affect diplomacy skills. That's right. I'm not sure why, but that is how it is. So not just in combat, weapons can also affect diplomacy and other kind of skills. Oh, wow, the great human kingdom of Great Tedet has basically been wiped off of the map in no time. And now the orc are going to find a new location, a new battleground, this time against the elves. Oh, here we go. This bow here also increased diplomacy. Now I think the metal quality definitely affects the damage and stuff like that. I don't know if the diplomacy kind of stat can be affected by the quality of the metal. But in any case, if you have a better quality material, you're certainly to get a very different, much more, powerful weapons, armory that will allow you to survive for longer and fight better. Of course, these doesn't really do much when, your enemy is strong in number and of course have innate regeneration like the orc does. Perhaps this stat only matters in a war between similarly strong kingdoms. The orc have completely eradicated the elves, and now only the dwarf and the orc remains on the continent. Well, currently they are at peace, so I will let the kingdom rebuild. The current strength of the dwarf is 434 strength. Man, and the army of the orcs are about 1400. So yeah, good luck for the dwarfs, as the orc have declared war on their lands. We shall see yet again the tsunami of orcish soldiers. Weaving through the landscape, attacking anything within their sight. Defensive army from the dwarf are woefully underprepared, And they are easily beaten without much of an effort. Here, let's observe this soldier. Champion's Eye, Truth and Finesse. I'm not sure what truth increase. Perhaps diplomacy. But in any case, you shall be observed here. Agas has already secured himself 1 kill. Meanwhile, if we zoom out, we can see that his wow, look at this army, huh? More populous than even a small kingdom. Yeah, well, a decent sized kingdom. There's no way the dwarf can fight against this. Quite surprising that even after multiple iterations, the orcs still get away in the beginning of the game. Waiting for the other kingdom to be severely weakened and then attack. Here lies the capital of the dwarfs. One single building remains, an altar to pray for the god of the hammer. Or maybe not one single building, there are several buildings still left standing. Because of the, you know, orc really doesn't really pay attention to this. Yeah, words, man. Seems that most of the orcish army have retreated, as there were nothing left to fight. And the orc simply just does not want to fight an enemy that is, you know, too weak, unless they have to. Still, the army of the orc patrol the ruined street of Gul Igir, ready to bring down anyone who are caught in their way. And yet, deep in the swamp, a little colony survive somehow, calling themselves the village of Gik Mial. It is tucked away in a little corner of the world. One of the last surviving colonies of the dwarves. Here his children are being protected by only a few dwarves, and here comes the invading orcs. They spotted the surviving members of the Dwarven Kingdom. Oh, but currently this village is still safe for now. Detection. Oh no, who are you? Noel. Noel is way too eager to die. He must have not realized that he might just expose the last surviving kingdom, the last surviving city of his kingdom to the orcs. Same with this guy, Han Boprim. Surprisingly, the orcs are kind of dumb and they didn't really realize what's going on. In the northern area, there's still quite a big population. Never mind. It's Dwarven King. I thought he was in battle, but I think he just died. Alright, whatever. The last champion of the orc here, tanking this huge amount of damage, and yet it is a futile cause. Yeah. Here we see the last remnant of the the Dwarven army. Kind of stranded himself on an island right now. Unable to defend anything. Just gotta sit there. New colony. Also gone. And of course, while we were away, the Dwarven village down here is also destroyed. Well, I guess this farm is still left. A single child run away. No. Away. The other side. There we go. When you're old enough, you might be able to rebuild this village. But now you have to hide. There we go. And he got spotted. Oof. Meanwhile, over here on the little stripe, this little sandbank over here, sand wall, the dwarf are kind of hiding from this orc who's, you know, maybe sensed something wrong, but couldn't really point out where it is. They're boarding the ship, but if they look a little bit up here, they might be able to spot several dwarves. I think Duz over here has kind of realized a problem. He's relaying information back to his... Nope, he just gotta sit there and do nothing instead. Oh, there we go. He's relaying information back to the headquarters. And they are forming a squad here. I think they could have seen the dwarf over here. So, hey, look at this. The Dwarven army does fought back against a site of, you know, construction that they spotted near the harbor. The old harbor. And they are now harassing the orcish villagers. They have been spotted Oh, a tiny bit of them, bunch of them have been spotted. But I guess slight victory here for the dwarves. Managed to destroy a few buildings, kill a few orcish villagers who have no idea what's going on. Okay, well, it seems that the dwarves are getting bolder. They are marching in. Never mind. They retreated back on the island as the orc villagers ganging up upon this soldier here, Dick Roal, who has secured 14 kills. And probably more. Surprisingly, the orcish soldier does not arrive over here to, you know, do some cleaning up. Instead, they just kind of left the dwarf on their own device. Oh, never mind. Here we see some more villagers coming in over here, trying to bait the dwarfs out. Ah, clever strategy. The orcs are trying to bait several dwarves out of the hidey hole, so they can take them on. We only, you know, with the unit available in this village. Kind of. I mean, it still takes quite some time to beat up the elite squad over here. Oh, here we go. The orc have had the information. They have gotten the location where the orc is, I mean the dwarf is hiding, and now they are setting a score here against the dwarfs, attacking them right on the island. Alright, cleaning them up. Ooh. And yet, it is the dwarves that have come, you know, that have claimed the victory here. Of course, the number has severely fallen to, you know, only a few soldiers left, and they will probably die. Breathe the last breath of this bridge. And this is the end for the Dwarven Kingdom. Well, sort of an expected victory for the orcs, but I feel satisfied regardless. Congratulations to the clan of Brapan, who have basically conquered this little art piece here of Mother Nature. Well, that's gonna be it though for this episode today. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Leave a like if you do, and of course subscribe for more WorldBox, World Domination. As always, I will be out. See you next time.